shortly, I was working with a client in Germany. It's a bank, and I go there with my colleague Klaas 3 times a year. One time we work with the top 3 directors on how was the last year, how did things go, and what is the idea for next year, what developments should be initiated. Then we have a meeting with the top and the managers about sharing ideas about the next steps, and also again reflecting on what has been achieved. And one time we work with people in the organization on their issues. It can be regional groups, teams, internal coaches, young people who take initiatives and support them in taking the next steps. Altogether we do this already for 10 years or more, and it's a kind of cycle in which we share together with the people the ideas, the steps, the effects, the workings. We bring in our knowledge, our abilities, and this has created a real trustful relation between this community of hundreds of people and ourselves as IMO colleagues. I think this is characteristic for our work. We are supporters for development issues, and I don't see ourselves really as the traditional consultants, but I see ourselves much more as supporters and partners, and also sometimes healers of organizational issues that has to do with the future of these communities and of the people in them. We find ideas, and with this client, for instance, we discussed last time how can we support all the teams and their leaders in the company. There's about 33 teams, that they can really themselves work with the same instruments that the top leaders have, so that they can become much more independent in how they deal with the issues in their own situations, the improvements of their work process, the cooperation with other teams, and develop their own leadership, because they have the tools also to do this. We're going to experiment this together and develop this the next year in this organization. It's fascinating to think that with 400 client organizations in 9 countries, this kind of processes take place, and there we gather our experiences that we transform then as IMO colleagues again in new insights, new methods, new exercises. We have clients in all sorts of areas in society. It can be banks, hospitals, tax offices, local communities, industrial companies, IT, consultancy groups. This is all possible, can be big organizations, can be smaller organizations, but the main characteristic is that the top leaders, which are our partners, have a real interest, personal interest to develop the community, to develop the people, to develop the company, and also to create processes in which they themselves also enjoy being in that role of leading a company and enjoying how people in the company take initiatives and take responsibility, because that's the deepest wish of all leaders of organizations, that people in the organization take initiative, responsibility, and act out of the essentials of the organization and try to realize the goals that they agreed to be realized. I think the characteristic is that the clients see our work as community building. They see themselves as part of an IMO community, as they say it. It's adventurous work, as they describe it. We don't have fixed methods and programs and models, but we have a real insight in how to create development processes with the people, and we have a methodology that helps them to do this systematically. And that's the new experience for most people in the organization, that this is possible. And as we see it, they really enjoy it, and that gives a long-term relation with our clients, where we share these experiences and we share these insights, and have a feeling that it is very sensible what we do together.